Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM. It is made in 1/32 scale as it's written here, and it copies Gloucester Sea Gladiator Mk.II. So as you can see, it's a World War II British naval fighter, and here we have a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. We are going to open it and check what is supplied inside. So first of all, packaging is typical and I would say in similar size as previous release of this aircraft, and we have quite nice box art on the front. Then on the side we have some information about the kit. So there are 140 parts, what might sound not as impressive for big scale kit, but it should be enough for a decent build, so no worries. And then on the opposite side we can see the same marking option as the one which is depicted on the box art, but definitely there should be more, at least I hope. And here we can see a strange novelty from ICM. As you can see, they decided to close with sticky tape the top cover, so basically you can't check what is supplied inside, and definitely model shops won't open it for you, so keep it in mind. From now on, from this release, you won't be able to check if parts are okay, if there is nothing happened to them, so it's not such a great thing in my opinion, and frankly speaking I'm not sure why it was done. But I mean, we have what we have and we have to work with this. So just give me a second to cut them all. And as you can see, they are placed from all possible sides. I mean, if it would be at least one, I guess sellers would agree to remove it and show you what is hidden inside, but here we have them from 4 sides and this is already strange looking. Okay, I'm removing the top lid, which is color printed, so just give me a second. And it's a bit of tight fit, so I'm going to do it off the camera. That's another problem of such packaging, because we have top cover really in a tight position on the white cardboard box, which is not that difficult to remove. As you can see, it's thin and flexible, but it's not as flexible when it's on this sturdy white cardboard box. So let's open it, and here's what we have inside. So all frames are packed into the same plastic bag. There is plenty of space, so I guess everything should arrive to you intact. And here we have assembly manual, but of course we are going to start with plastic, so just give me a second. Okay, so here are the sprues. I'm going to remove them out of this plastic bag. Frankly speaking, I would rather see another additional plastic bag in the packaging than all these plastic seals. Well, we get plastic seals. Okay, so here we start with first grey plastic sprue. As you can see, this one is dedicated to wing ports, and wing ports here, despite huge big scale, they're molded as one-piece parts. We have separate ailerons here, but that's pretty much all. Here you can also see in the corners the cowling parts, and of course some of the tail surfaces are placed in the middle of this sprue. If we flip it over, let's flip it over, here you can see that I was wrong, because here we should assemble each wing out of 2 halves. We have guiding pins inside, and I mean the same applies to the tail surfaces. As you can see, again we have some guiding pins inside, so it should be relatively easy to get the right fitment out of the box. You won't have to spend your time trying to get it aligned in a perfect match, because it is, let's say, designed out of the box to align in a right way. Next, sprue is notable because of the engine parts, so this kit has a really detailed engine out of the box, so it's just a matter of careful assembling, painting and weathering, and you have a nice power plant on your aircraft, and it comes out of the box, which is also cool. And the only thing which you can add here is some PE parts from Edward, so in case you would like to get even more detailed engine, I really recommend to check Edward editions. And here we have also one-piece propeller, which looks nice, and these are cockpit frames which are molded as one-piece elements as well. We can zoom in so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So here are these cockpit parts and propeller. Here you can check engine parts and again another cockpit frame. And here we have more of the cowling parts, engine parts and also wing struts. Okay. Now we zoom out and just give me a second. In the meantime, I want to note that engine should be built out of two halves, so it's not the double row, it's just a two engine halves which should be connected together. In the meantime, I'm opening a clear plastic bag which is packed into separate plastic bag in order to avoid any possible scratches. So let's zoom in. Here you can see these parts. As you can see, they look really good, so we don't have any, let's say, molding problems, and we have canopy which should be built out of two sections, so it means you can open the cockpit, and that's really crucial on the big scale aircraft model. So here we have it. I'm not sure about masks, we'll have to check the assembly manual, because recently they started to include some masking templates, but I'm not sure if it is applicable to this model as well. Here we have another plastic sprue. Let's zoom out a bit. So here manufacturer placed again parts for the lower wing. As you can see, we have two top halves and one bottom. Also we have landing gear wheels which should be assembled out of two halves. We have some cockpit parts here and also landing gear struts, and here you can see instrument panel. If we flip it over, you can see again that we have some guiding pins. Wheels will be aligned with help of this special border which should ensure the proper alignment between these two halves. But of course, if you would like to get a better detailing, it's better to order some resin replacement which will look nice in 1/32 scale. Okay. Now we go on with the next plastic sprue. So here we get this one-piece propeller and also instrument panel and some of the new struts for the wings. So all these parts, I guess, will be used for the naval version, but we will check it in assembly manual, of course. But that's really cool to see such big part molded as a one-piece part without any additional thingies. Here we go on with fuselage halves. So fuselage halves are molded together with tail fin. Also here you can note that really nice external detailing. We have recessed panel lines and nice imitation of this fabric surface in the tail area. And if you flip it over, here inside you can notice guiding pins. There is almost no cockpit detailing because, as you remember, we have cockpit walls molded as separate parts, but still these parts look nice and I think it will be easy to assemble them despite huge size. And note that here we have cut out. That's because we get this panel separate, so here it is. As you can see, there is a special section which will enhance this hook and also this special middle section which will be installed on the fuselage. So definitely these are special parts for the naval version. You won't get them in the simple Mk.II, so keep it in mind. And next we have the decals sheet which is hidden in the assembly manual, so just give me a second. Here it is. So this one is printed in nice quality. We have several marking options from what I can see. We also have decals for the instrument panel, but there are no decals for seat belts. We have even few stencils included here. Printing quality, again, I will repeat that it looks nice, so there won't be any issue with application of these decals on your model. And last but not the least is the assembly manual. I can see one part broken off. It's the part for the engine. As you can see, it was broken off, surprisingly. Okay, but nevertheless, here we have assembly manual. So this one is printed in form of large brochure. It is printed in color. We have short history note on the first page and some technical specifications and paint chart. Then we flip it over. Here you can notice that we have parts map, and there are a few parts which won't be used. And then we start assembly process with one of the fuselage halves, so you insert machine gun from inside, so you won't be able to insert it later. And we continue with cockpit walls, then we install some cockpit top section, we assemble pilot seat, control stick. Here we install all this stuff into the cockpit, then we install various bulkheads and rear tail wheel. And as you can see, the landing gear wheels, they're molded separately, so it means it would be easy to replace them with resin, and the same applies to landing gear legs, because they're molded without wheels. Next we continue with opposite fuselage half, and again we repeat the same sequence, and then we join fuselage halves together. Then you install the separate rudder, which is glued out of two halves, as you remember, and also we install tail wings and separate cockpit door. But note that manufacturer does not offer, let's say, option to open the cockpit door, even though it is molded separately, and it looks quite strange in my opinion. Next we continue with tail wing from the opposite side and also elevators. Then we install canopy, we assemble wing, and we install the lower wing. And here you can see this special fuselage section for 3 marking options. I guess there should be more if they mention it like this. Then we work on the top wing. Of course it will be installed on the struts, so it will be a bit of alignment work. Then here you install the air intake and landing gear, you assemble the engine. Engine looks really nice. I mean, from what I can see in assembly sequence, it is a decent copy of the power plant, and manufacturer does not offer option to open the cowling, so if you would like to expose the engine, you'll have to do it with your own tools and hands and imagination, let's say. Here you can see also the 2 types of propellers, so it will depend on which marking option you choose for your build. And here you can see a rigging guide, so you won't be able to avoid rigging on this model, you have to do it. And you have the masks template for the canopy, so this canopy will be covered with stickers. You just cut out according to this template and you will be good to go. Here we have marking guide for 3 marking options, and then on the next page we have 4th marking option, so there are 4 marking options in total, and it should be more than enough for 1/32 scale in my opinion. So this kit should be already available. I hope you enjoyed this video review. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!